So you've been playing guitar for a while and have probably discovered Metallica because, that's kind of inevitable if you play guitar. And maybe you became a fan and decided to learn like a few of their songs, like Nothing Else Matters or Enter Sandman. But after learning like those two, you realize that a lot of Metallica's, I don't want to say best songs, but a lot of their songs in general require something called extremely fast downpicking. And you realize after trying to alternate pick Master of Puppets that, yeah, it may kind of sound like the song, but it won't really sound like James Hetfield unless you actually downpick all of it. And so you decide to start learning how to downpick. You search up on YouTube how to downpick in the most efficient way possible, of course. You maybe even construct a routine that you follow, and you stick to it for a while, maybe a few weeks, maybe even a month. However, after a while, you notice that the initial motivation that you experienced when you first heard Master of Puppets, when you saw James Hetfield playing it live at like 300 BPM or whatever, you notice that motivation has basically faded away after a while. And if you don't, that's amazing. Just keep doing what you're doing, keep grinding. But for those of you that do experience this kind of like sadness, anxiety, or even like kind of resentment when it comes to like people that can downpick fast, I think this video is basically for you. So there are three main things that I believe are the most important when it comes to approaching downpicking, and three main problems I'd like to say. And the first problem is that of a wrong mindset when it comes to downpicking. So unlike a lot of other guitar techniques that you learn or want to learn, they're not the same as learning how to downpick. Downpicking is more equivalent to going to the gym to build muscle to be able to do something. And compare that to practicing something like a tennis serve. All of the most, like 95% of the power from a tennis serve comes from the technique and how you hit the ball. It's more about, every time you train a tennis serve, it's not about just hitting like 400 serves and just like mindlessly hitting it over and over. It's more about just correcting and adjusting the technique to make it the best serve possible. But in downpicking, I'd say that around definitely at least 80% of the skill or the capability to downpick comes from pure dedicated gym workout type practice. And of course the other 20% is definitely dependent on how you do it, but you gotta like make sure in your mind that 80% of it comes from pure dedicated work. You can't have the wrong mindset that like every other guitar technique, you can just learn it in a day. Because yeah, you can learn how to downpick in a very short amount of time, but actually getting that skill up to speed, literally, will take much longer than you actually expect. And it's not. Another thing that is very important is the fact that it's not linear progress. It doesn't just go like this. It's not a straight line. You don't increase your speed every single day for like 3 months in a row until you can like play at 400 BPM, right? Because if you did that, people would actually be able to downpick at 400 BPM. So me being stupid and not knowing this, when I wrote out my goals for 2024, I wrote that in 1 month I'd be able to fully downpick Master of Puppets, and I started, I'm not even sure, I think at around 80% speed. And my goal every day was to increase the speed by 1% every day. So I calculated that in around 20 days, like give or take 10, I'd be able to downpick Master of Puppets. And so for the first, I think, like 4 days, I was able to add 1% every day. So first day I started off 80% downpicking, it was alright. Second day 81%, third day 82%, and yeah, I think I plateaued at around like 85%. After that, I just could not physically add 1% every day. And that was, I know you're probably like thinking, like, why was I so stupid? And yeah, I'm definitely also thinking that it's much easier to get from 160 BPM to 170 BPM than it is to get from like 190 BPM to 200 BPM. At some point, like the human capability just evens out. It's more like this curve. It's kind of like exponential, but then it just kind of flatlines until it's almost not increasing. Don't have the wrong mindset that you'll be improving your speed every day, and I don't think speed should be the only metric you count yourself by. And don't expect that downpicking will be as easy to learn as any other technique. The second thing that I basically already discussed in the first point was having the unrealistic expectation that in a very short time frame you'll be able to achieve like a downpicking speed that will basically rival that of James Hetfield. So basically a very like 30-second short formula you can do. However many months you said it will take you to learn to, I don't know, downpick Master of Puppets, or like a song that's that it requires extremely fast downpicking, just add 2 months to that. And yeah, that's basically it. Just add 2 months to that. If you said 1 month to downpick Master of Puppets, make it 3. That way you're not rushing and you're not trying to emphasize speed above all else. Because speed on its own is useless. Yeah, sure, right now I could play Master of Puppets full speed, but it would sound like absolute garbage because I wouldn't be hitting like 80% of the notes that I play. If you make them too unrealistic, then you will just pressure yourself into sacrificing everything to achieve that goal, just like, let's say 100% speed of a song. And that way you'll be sacrificing other aspects that are just as important. For example, actual clarity of the notes, actual control, actual power between the downstrokes. If you have an unrealistic timeline, you're gonna get realistic and kind of disappointing results. The third and probably main reason why you have this downpicking depression is the social media and survivor bias that's seen on it. I know I did this. I went on to see like Master of Puppets high school talent shows, and I would just look at the freaking 12-year-olds that could play the song full speed, and like, oh, my mental health was just like getting destroyed because like I thought it was exceptionally bad or something, because like there's no way all of these like elementary school kids could play this song like infinitely better than me. And this is a clear example of survivor bias that's demonstrated on social media. Because, well, for one thing, you only see the results. You only see the person playing the song on stage. You don't see probably the countless hours that those 12-year-olds put in after school, maybe for like a whole year, to be able to play at that speed. Like in your mind, you imagine that it took them way less effort than it actually did. And so an actionable step for you is really stop looking at all of these people that can just effortlessly do what you want to do, and just destroy your mental health by being envious of them and just watching their videos. If you really can, just disconnect from all like social media that's not important or relevant, because that's really, well, you've heard that social media is the root cause of a lot of mental health issues these days, and that's especially true for guitar. You're getting like you got warmed up extremely well, drank like three cups of coffee or something, and then you're just able to play Creeping Death full speed, and it feels kind of effortless. Like it's just a feeling that can't be rivaled just by like alternate picking it. And sure, maybe like most people won't tell a difference, like they won't hear a difference in the sound, but you'll hear a difference and you'll feel a difference when you can actually downpick something you worked extremely hard for. So that's my final message. Don't quit and don't trust the Reddit mods. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a good day.